What up, world? It's another episode of Daddy Duties. Actually, it's our 10th episode. This is our final episode of season 1. And it's your favorite fathers, Jeremy J.
And AK.
And this episode, we got something special for you. This episode, we're going to be looking at the man in the mirror.
I'm talking to the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his way.
Okay.
I don't know that other part. But you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change. R.I.P. Michael Jack, man.
For real. Yeah, this one right here is for every man, every father, every, future father, and just, every man that just want to make a change and be better for himself and better for his family. So, this is what we're talking about today, and welcome.
Welcome.
How you doing, bro?
Man, I've been cool, man. I'm all right. I ain't seen you in a minute, man. I seen you, but we ain't sat down to politic over the podcast, man.
Yeah, it's been a minute, man. It's been a lot going on.
Yeah, I know you've been working just like me.
Man.
Everything cool, kids, everything straight.
Everything going, bro. I had a birthday this last week.
Yeah, which
My
one?
daughter's birthday.
Okay. The only princess.
The one and only. The one and only Riley Rose. She turned 5.
Congratulations,
and,
big 5.
Yeah, she turned 5, and we had the spot bus. Shout out Toy. I appreciate you.
Okay.
We
Toy
had
going crazy. That's what's up. Shout out to my dog.
For sure. We had the spot bus, and she got to do her thing on there, and she was so excited and happy about that. So,
that's
her
hard.
and all her little friends, they got their toes and nails done,
That's hard.
little lipstick and the makeup, and
that's dope.
yeah, they did their thing, man.
That's a good business, man. I'm glad to see a black business and get to the kids and keep going. And you're sharing an enjoyable daddy moment.
Hey, for sure.
An enjoyable daddy moment. That's
sure.
Experience. That's the moments we're talking about right there. The provision part, bigger than provision. Being there, being present, man.
Right.
It's gonna look back like I had a whole spa.
For sure.
Her friends gonna see
Come
it.
on.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's G. That's how you do
it. Was so
man.
crazy because one of her friends. So my daughter's mom went on the bus, and she went and recorded or whatnot, and then she came out and she was like, "Your daughter says she want her daddy." So I went on the bus, and I started recording, and she talking, and then her little friend was like, "Hey, Dad," and my daughter was like, "That's not your daddy. That's my dad."
That'd be funny, man, when they be saying that.
Hey,
yeah, that's dope, though, man. Kids do be playing like that. My little homie say that. "What's up, Dad?" Little Levi always say that. Boy, Levi. And Levi was white, boy. Shouts out to Levi, man. Little cool little white dude that with the pie wood. I don't know where he at now, but that was a monster little homie back in the day.
That's what's up.
Yeah, that's dope, man. So she at the big spa, big 5. That's good. Baby girl.
Yep, son had his tryouts this morning. Actually, he had his tryouts for his little Supreme team, and they got another tryout tomorrow, but it'll be Lincoln and Omaha combined.
Yeah.
So they had OSA. They had a Lincoln tryout today and Omaha tryout. And then they take the top kids from each tryout and
put them together. That's dope, man.
So,
yeah, that's what's up. But JD gonna make that team.
For sure.
Gonna make us proud. Go crazy.
Sir.
It's a big summer from freshman year to sophomore year.
Man, big jump.
Yeah, Boston had his tryout today at Omaha Elite. Shouts out to Coach Archie, man.
That's what's happening.
Coach Archie taught me the game, taught me the structure of a game. Like, I transferred into Central from Northwest, and that's where I learned. I thought about to come in and do some Northwest. No, we about to break this shit down. But yeah, it's good to see him still doing it, still being in his daddy duty roles, coaching mode. So it takes more of a village sometimes.
Oh yeah.
That's what that's about. Shouts out to the guys and the coaches that be putting it on the line for everybody, not just for their own they get into their own little world nowadays where they want to be the high school of an AAU or whatever that case may be. But shouts out to the ones genuinely doing it, man. We appreciate y'all, man, for real.
For sure.
Yeah, so let's jump into the topic of man in the mirror. So what made you come up with this episode, bro? I'd like to end it on a finale. This before we get to the reason why we ending this finale like this is because we want to bring in guests now.
Right.
So
Yep.
episode 2 is gonna be leading out to guests.
Well, season 2.
Season 2. Here we go.
2.
Season 2. And bro said, no, we gotta finish this. Let's complete this. Let's really talk to the man in the mirror. So what made you come up with that?
Well, just honestly, man, doing it myself.
Man.
Just, trying to do it every day. It's not, just one time thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's something you got to do every day. To me,
Yeah.
You got to look in the mirror and you got to see what are you giving your kids to follow?
Mm-hmm.
Because, like I said before, a lot of people they make it to where you can tell your kid what to do, but you can tell your kid anything.
Yeah.
But what examples are you setting?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
What are you doing to show them how it's supposed to be done?
My old saying, go stay in the kid's place. What's the kid's place?
Yeah.
You gonna sit down over there
and watch what I'm doing,
and learn what
they usually partying, kicking it, doing nothing. And that's not the example that we trying to set.
Yeah.
At the same time, don't get me wrong, it's okay to party and go do your thing, and it is a child's places when they supposed to be with other kids.
Yeah, correct.
They're supposed to be somewhere with other kids while you doing what you're doing, but it's a lot to looking at the man in the mirror, because you have to accept your own faults.
Yeah.
And then you have to correct them.
Man.
And that's hard when you set in your ways.
Man.
When you set in your ways and this is who you say you are, and
accept me as I am.
You've been I mean
somebody what's in that brain, Jay? He over there he done broke out of the whole said about what accept me as I am. Huh?
Hey, listen, that's something a woman would say. Hey, yeah, that's something.
We ain't trying to call you that, but you hear what he's saying. You hear what he said.
Come on, man. We don't don't get me wrong. Like, there's certain things that I'm gonna do, and I want to do, and that's just what I do.
Yeah.
But as in my wrongs and my rights, I have to look at myself. You know what I mean, and actually. Change some of the things that I have been doing,
man,
that I thought were right.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool, but when you look at the man in the mirror and you put it into perspective,
yeah,
on the things that you're losing, the things that you're not around for because you're choosing to do other things.
Yeah.
Then, now it's, you're not just affecting you.
Man.
This is the people who you're raising.
Yeah.
Now
and
they're
they
watching.
see it. They see it.
They're watching.
They
now.
see it.
They're watching the struggle.
Mood
they
strings.
watching. They watching all of it.
What you showing them? You masking. You masking. You showing them how to mask struggle.
Come on.
And we want to get through that point. We want to be able to deal with it.
We want to be able to get through everything.
There we go.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's gonna be some times where it's gonna be hard.
Yeah.
That's just a part of life. But I guess not being real with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Being real with yourself is one of the most important things.
Come on, man.
Because if you can lie to yourself,
the man in the mirror.
If you can lie,
you're a bad mother.
Come on. If you can lie to yourself and make you believe a lie, that you telling,
yeah.
You
now you can
you something.
Yeah, like you could get a story in your head and you be like, all right, perception and things like that, everything. But to really, the man in the mirror, you got to really sit down and like, no, that's not cool. That's not who I want to be. That's made who I am right now. You know what I mean? But I don't want to be that no more. As you were speaking, I thought about one of the moments I had with the man in the mirror, man. And, I've been breaking habits and doing those things. But this was a habit at least 10 years ago. I think I want to say, yep. But lean, bro. I was real bad with the lean, bro. And just like today is a Sunday, that should be our thing to do. Me and the homie pull up on a Sunday, kick it, football, basketball, eat good, bam. So this one Sunday, I got to go. Our family big on everybody's birthday. So everybody's birthday, we got to go out to eat. Everybody, whoever passed away, whatever, always got to do that. So this Sunday, I got to go. Somebody's birthday. I'm fried out my mind at the thing.
Yeah.
Man, I get home and my mom said I wigged out on the kids, my baby mama, everybody. You know what I mean? For real. So I was like from that day on, the next day I had to break it, bro. You know what I mean? I really had to stop. It felt disgusting not knowing what I was doing for one.
Yeah.
And to know I was hurting them, bro, off something bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that was a big step, you know, and me being accountable to my kids, this daddy duty. You know, it felt bad. I really felt bad off that. So, you know, some of the things we do, like you said, the party, and we said that, like we we'll do that in front of the kids. We do little things that we don't think is that, and then when we black out, we don't know what going on after that. You know, so parents, you know, if y'all at that point, I done been there, like. You know, it's a sacrifice. You had the fun. I had the fun on it. It was fun. But it ain't worth me having much fun while I'm hurting my kids or hurting my household.
Right.
Just to do this thing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. That's definitely a place where you do got to look yourself in the face and tell yourself that, you know, something's got to change.
Yeah. Like we said, we was talking about, a lot of men want respect, but they don't do the inner work. You know, and that's about the inner work we talk about. Like, me and Jay, we wouldn't sit here on this podcast to say we daddy duties or we do it over. It's about the inner work. It's about us men being accountable as fathers. Like I said, we met being fathers. We met it way out in UBT.
I was just there this morning.
Daddy duties, man. For y'all that don't know, we stay in North Omaha. We stay in North. Let me change that. Y'all hear that? Say it. We stay in North Omaha.
Yeah.
And we cool here, but we got these resources with these sports and these kids. They take us way out to Millard. Take us away to Council Bluffs. Elkhorn. These is 200 blocks away. It's 30 minutes away, and you got to be out here do this, do that for daddy duties, for real. So shouts out to the parents that's making that sacrifice, the dads that's there, you know, especially the Black Power dads, man. For real, y'all really making a sacrifice. We know the moms got to do it. They don't got to, not all of them, but they do it. So shouts out to y'all too. And go out there, they dads. I'm gonna give y'all a pointer. Y'all, hey, go out there.
He's gonna go out there.
Go out there. You may want to go see your little man hoop.
Yeah, I was just out there at 9 this morning.
You may want to go see something. You talking about you can't find something. You in the club. You at the wrong spot. Go to practice. Go to a game. Yeah, man. So like that line they say, your children are watching you, how you handle the pressure, how you handle anger, how you handle women, how you handle money. So just be present of that, man. So
the kids is watching everything that you got going on, and the older they get, the smarter the more they looking at. I ain't gonna say they get smarter, by the day. My daughter, she's so smart already, and she watch everything.
She telling you stuff. What you doing?
She watch
and
everything.
Remember,
for real. She watch everything. So, these kids different today.
And
they say anything. They watch everything.
Ain't that the beauty in having?
And you got to be careful on what you letting them watch.
Yeah.
Monitoring all that.
Yeah, them iPads and they get to scrolling.
They
see Uncle Mello on there. They think it's cool.
You know,
Uncle Mello blowing it down.
Man. For real. So, yeah, man. You know, you gotta be careful with these iPads and all that stuff, man. This kid's just way too smart. So, yeah.
That's the truth, man. Hey,
For real.
man. So, hey, dang, I forget, you got me off guard with that one. I was like, but that's good. But the next segment of this 10th episode, Man in the Mirror, the truth about broken men raising children. You know, we know our dads weren't there, so we know we want fixed. People that say they ain't broke, we want fixed. So we fixing it.
Man, we came broken.
Yeah, we putting the pieces together, and systematically.
The system broke us early. You know, I ain't gonna say it was just the system, but
it's a combination. They do.
It was a choice of our fathers and shit like that. But it ain't something that you can hang your hat on. You know what I'm saying? Oh, my dad wasn't there. Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, well, you need to find out.
At what point did you find out? Then you realize, like, hey, man, I got to figure some things out. Dad ain't showing me or ain't telling me. Let me just be more responsible, be more of a young man.
I mean, to be honest with you, I'm still figuring it out to this day. But the decision I made to be there was when she said she was pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Instantly.
When she said she was pregnant and, we got all that situated, yeah, that's when it clicked for me. Like, all right, I got to at least be there. Mm-hmm. Even if I don't really know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I got to at least be there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, that was like the first thing. And I would say, when I always worked a job, I always worked a job and always worked and got some money, but career wise, I think it hit for me when I was about like 29.
Mm-hmm.
29, 30. And I was like, man, I gotta figure something else out. I can't keep, these jobs is cool, but I ain't trying to be at this job for 10 years and I make $5 more. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I can't do that, you know what I mean? And then if I go somewhere else, I got to start all over again.
Right.
No,
right.
I ain't doing that. So that's when I actually got into plumbing. And, that's when a lot changed for me after I got into plumbing.
Okay.
And then that's when, a couple doors started to open, and now we're here with the podcast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
rather blow this thing all the way up.
Come on, man.
So
we just just
surviving and healing all at the same time.
It's goals, accomplishing goals, healing myself. Because I don't feel like you ever healed all the way.
That's why it's called healing. It's an ongoing process. It ain't healed.
It's always it's always something you can better yourself.
Yeah.
You can always better yourself at something. Parenting, exercising, reading more. I mean, it's just always something that you can
another level.
It's always another level you can take your mind to, and your body, and for yourself, so you can make yourself better. So, just getting better every day, man.
So you knew you couldn't pour from an empty glass forever.
Oh man, I couldn't. Hey, I was providing, but the glass was half full.
Man,
because I couldn't. I can't. The glass was half full for me to drink from.
Yeah.
When nobody else getting nothing.
Yeah.
And I'm thirsty. I got to have my drink.
Yeah, you got to be able to be a man.
I got to be able to,
you got to do your thing.
Back a little bit.
Yeah. And sit down and enjoy it.
Look at it. All right. Let me give you some. Give you a little drink, a little taste. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But, pouring from an empty glass, man, you be jacked up.
Man, the empty glass. Empty glass had you on your ass, man. So
Yeah, so like the unbroken fathers out there, what would you say to them? You know, the ones that really don't understand. Like you said, you got it from what I'm hearing from you, say you really got it like 29. Other things dealing with right now, 20 20. So let me figure it out to be resourceful financially, so I could be a better father for my kids. You always been there, present. You know, so what would you tell them fathers in this segment, real quick, so we could, you know what I mean, just give them some. Cause me being a barber is kind of natural. Like, oh, yo, they say your mom was a hairstylist, but my mom never told me to go to be a barber.
yeah,
But it's kind of natural for black guys to be a barber. You being a plumber, or like, you know what I mean. So that's why I'm glad we're able to sit at this podcast and share different stories of entrepreneurship.
for sure.
You know, and you can still work for people and still be the boss of yourself. You know what I mean? So tell them, leave them with something in this segment, just to really how they to transition their little wherever they at.
I mean, it's not as hard as it was in our time. You know, it's a lot more information out there.
Resources it is.
Resources and just schooling and all that stuff. So, just with plumbing, you got to go to school. You know, you can go to Metro, you can get your plumbing license, your journeyman license, and all that. But, like, just find something that you like to do.
Yeah.
You know, find something that you're passionate about.
Yeah.
Something that, you know, you feel like it's not gonna ever go a day, go a time when you're not needed. So when I say that, I mean like mechanics.
Yeah.
They gonna always be needed.
Yeah.
There's always gonna be somebody that's gonna need their car fixed.
Our black brothers get the trades. What we leading to.
You know,
use your hands. Find something creative at computers. There's so much stuff. IT. You ain't got to get dirty. There's so many different things that you can actually do.
I mean, if you like school, you can do that too. If you like school, go to school. If that's what you like to do and you like that, do it.
Yeah.
Go to school and continue to go to school and just keep getting smarter. If that's what you want to do, then that's what you do. Whatever the case may be, man, just find something that you good at. Find something that you like to do. And if you like to do that, do it. And be the best at whatever it is that you're gonna do.
There you go.
You know? Don't ever settle and, you know, just be average. Oh, I'm good at it. Yeah. Nah. Be the best that you can be.
For real.
The best at whatever it is that you're gonna do. If you're gonna cut grass, man, go cut the shit out that grass.
Go hedge all them
I'm
sides.
talking about cut that shit to where it's
drop
like
all them business cards off, and it's good money.
Hey, you putting names in yards and shit like that.
And I'm gonna give y'all a free gym that you said this line service. I'm gonna give y'all a free gym. Daddy do it. Me and my son started a line service last year, and this free games and app, like we say, it's a line service app. You could go line starters, and they will give you lawns to cut. You ain't got to go solicit nobody. You ain't got to put it on business cards. It would ding apps. Now, it's a little rate, but you ain't got to deal with nobody. And it's good money. I mean, my sons made good money last year cutting grass and spending time together and, you know, staying out of my pocket and meeting people. Sure. So, like I said, it's connection. So, and when we enjoy with this, and we're going to get to the next segment of this episode. Just because your father don't teach you or didn't teach you don't mean you got to stay lost.
For sure.
At some point, you got to have some what you said, some growth, a point of action, and be responsible.
And a sense of accountability.
There you go.
You got to have a sense of accountability. Because
that's the next segment. That's right into it.
You can't.
The next segment is literally accountability, the hardest part of a manhood.
Man, you can't blame another man for your fuck-ups for the rest of your life. If you gonna mess up all the time, then you just want to mess up. But if you want to do something with your life, you can fix it.
Man,
you can change. But you have to be accountable and say, hey, yeah, I fucked up. It was me. I did it. Man. And now I have to figure out a way to fix this situation. And be real with yourself. Don't lie to yourself and make it like you ain't did nothing. Yeah, you did it. You know what I mean?
You in the mirror. You
did that. You did that. You know what I mean?
You.
So, hey.
Yeah.
Fix it though. It's always. It can always be fixed.
Accountability is not a weakness.
Nah, that's a superpower. Shit, that's a superpower nowadays. And damn accountability. Boy, whew.
Feel like you flying. Hey, feel like Superman. You like, yeah, I did it. Yeah.
For real, when you able to be accountable for you.
But it got to show you the street side. Like right now with these raps and these images and all these, because we speaking around, brought me to this thought. These people need to be accountable on the street side. Look at all these rappers doing this and doing that. Accountability is tough, man. So
and you talking about it. It's funny you said that about rappers because there's so many rappers that rap about stuff that they don't do.
Exactly.
They don't do half of the stuff that they rapping about. And then these kids is out here listening to what they saying and thinking that they this person that they rapper, the rapper who they are instead of the real them. And then these kids just following what the rapper is doing.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy. But
that's a whole nother topic, man.
That's been for a long time.
Yeah, but real men apologize when we in the wrong. We were speaking about that before we got on air, like. So we able to admit when we wrong or say sorry now. I don't mind saying I'm wrong. One of my favorite lines, and I'm still a jerk and an asshole. One of my favorite lines is 9 times out of 10 I'm right, but when I'm wrong, I'm super apologize and say I'm wrong. If you could trump if your answer is better than mine or your situation is better than mine, I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm gonna go right along with it. I'll be like, cool, let's go. So
yeah. I mean, that's just a part of being a man is, being able to say you wrong because a lot of people can't. A lot of people can't be like, yeah, I was wrong and I apologize.
How can we move forward? What's the solution? Because I'm not gonna try to make this happen again.
It's the ego. And when I was in counseling, my counselor would always say, ego is edging God out.
That's tough. That's tough right there.
Yeah.
Pastor preached on that today. How many things have you done without God being involved? How many doors that God did?
That's that ego.
Edging God out.
You know what I mean? And when she said that, I was like, dang, that's crazy.
Yeah, they say pride become from the fall. Pride is the same thing as ego, So they say swallow your pride, man, for real.
Yeah.
But so are you present or just around? How do you figure? What do you think?
I mean, it's been times where I've been just around and
both, yeah.
Yeah, it's I would say more now.
Yeah.
That I understand it and understand fatherhood.
Baby girl get the presents.
Yeah.
The older ones on the right.
Yeah. I hate saying it, but they were the testers. You know what I mean? My older boys, they were the testers, man. They were the ones that grew up with me. They learned. I learned as they grew. You know what I mean? And they grew up with me as a father. When I got jumped in the hood, when I got jumped in the fatherhood, know what I'm saying? Real. They jumped me in. You know what I'm saying? So
that's a good one too, bro. Dropping them gifs today.
They jumped me into the neighborhood and.
Was it more together? So I'm glad you said jump to the neighborhood because we could both use that analogy. Exactly what it is.
Yeah.
So at the time you just jumped in the neighborhood, which we're talking about fatherhood.
For sure.
Was it out of love or was it out of fear?
I mean, I don't think they knew anything. I think it was them out of love. Me, it was out of love and fear. I was scared to death. You know what I mean? I ain't know.
What was you more scared of? Not being
failing.
There? Failing?
Failing. Yeah. I was afraid of failing and being a bad father, not being able to have gifts on Christmas, not being able to give them what they want, not being able to be present. Might go to jail.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, I was just taking the thoughts on my head.
Trying to provide and make a better life for them.
Mm-hmm.
But being selfish with my, with the situation and not going to school, but getting in the streets and getting fast money. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
it was it was all types of thoughts going through my head when I had my first son. You know
man.
what I mean? When I had him, it was like, what do I do?
Roll the
You know what I
dice.
mean? That's it. I'm telling you,
Roll the
like
dice. 7-Eleven.
life's a gamble.
7-Eleven is good and bad. You never know. It's good this time. It's bad the next time.
So
And that's my oldest daughter. She 28. She said that. Just having a conversation. She said, "I'm just happy that you never went to jail for a long time." And
yeah,
obviously, she seen her friends or maybe some people that she seen that happen to, and now she can kind of feel that. You know what I mean? Because it didn't happen to her, but she can see it probably affect other people. But I know how it affected me directly, not
for
having
sure,
my
definitely,
dad in jail.
definitely.
My dad being in jail, incarcerated for a long time of my 18 years of growing up.
Yeah,
And I'm 18, like, all right, you ain't been around. What can you show me and tell me? So I had to grow that and be like, the system broke him down. He is still this who is set in his ways, things that's him, but he'd be more open to some of the things, but he's still set in his ways. So I just kind of be, sometimes I feel like I could talk to him. Sometimes I'll be like, forget it, man. I see you when I see you. And I hate
yeah,
that feeling. I really don't like that feeling at all because I want him to be more open to the new life of fatherhood
yeah,
instead of that, oh, I'm just at the house, come over here, or I'm doing this, I'm busy. Ain't that much time, and it's more time to be doing other things. Come see your grandsons, come to the game, they doing good. There's different things I'll be wanting for my father that he never done for me. So I get caught up, and that's where the trauma part could come in. I went to counseling. Like I can say, shouts out to the counselor. I've been going. It been dope. Like
sure.
shouts out to my counselor, and she said she remembered that I always had to be the father to everybody. My mom, she needed something, I had to step in. The dad, my brothers, myself. I said, damn, I never thought about it like that. Not being a resource, being the father figure. You know what I mean? My mom never had a real man to be the man, the woman that she needed. So that's one of the thoughts. I'm like, hey man, I can never be these type of dudes, man. If I'm gonna be step in anybody's household, I'm gonna be a man. I'm gonna be,
For sure.
let's do this.
Yeah.
So that was the kind of things I seen growing up that made me be accountable. Like I'm gonna handle my business no matter what, man. So
That's what's up, bro. That's what's up.
yeah. So I guess we kind of touched on that next segment. Fatherhood is bigger than provision. That was the next topic. We rolling right along, man. But we
Man,
ain't touched conversations in a while, so this
this is
day,
how it go.
yeah. Presence, patience, affection, consistency. I know you be doing all that. How does it feel to be able
Man.
to do it now and more passionate about it? Like we talk about passion. Passion has been a word we were hearing all day today. Let's use it in a good term now.
Yeah.
Now that you are passionate about being a father, you see what I'm saying? Because you created these kids. Now back in the day, you just had the kids.
I mean, no, I ain't gonna say that because I mean, it just back then. I think it was more of a. I think it was more of a worried about the providing part. Don't get me wrong. Like I still worry about providing and getting the
It's
right
part of
stuff
the
and
man.
doing
Yes,
that.
yeah.
But the time, the time is just stuff that you can't get back. You know what I
Man.
mean? It's always gonna be a new pair of shoes. It's always gonna be a new jacket, a new sweater, a new. Tony
Mm-hmm.
got me 2
New
sweaters.
iPhone.
It's always gonna be something new. You know what I mean,
Mm-hmm.
materialistic wise. But time you can't get back.
Man.
That's just shit you can't get back, bro. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like them games, the plays at school, like all that.
The
You know what I
pictures in
mean?
the phone. I'm
Like
scrolling today, bro. I'm looking through
man,
the
listen,
pictures. I'm looking at Big Willie. I'm like, damn, Big Willie.
Like it's
my boy is a big old smile.
Man,
Like golly.
I be looking.
Had parts of my son's head. They wouldn't dare let me put a part in their head.
Come on, man. Like I be looking at JD when he was little, smiling all the time, just talking and happy. Now he all quiet, don't want to say nothing. He always in his room doing his own thing. Like it's just crazy. They grow up so fast, man. And that time, when it's gone, it's gone.
That's what they say. Sometimes your child don't need a speech; it needs your time, man.
Man,
just sit in there. Go in your room and sit with him.
Man.
Let them ask you what you doing in here. I just wanted to see you.
That's it. I just wanted to come.
I'm cutting Sonny here the other. I felt like Lawrence Fishburne. Bro, I'm there to cry, bro. I'm like, damn,
man,
this dude big. Sonny
real,
boy,
man.
for real, like straight up, man. So daddy duties, man. Real appreciate it.
It don't seem like we getting old, but
oh yeah, look at them pictures.
Getting old, bro.
Look at them,
They getting old, bro. It's like
17 years a long time.
Man, I see pictures of LJ when he had hair, like when he was born, bro. When he was born, his hair was like it was so Shirley Temple, like the curls.
He came out with
man, this shit was. I'm talking about, boy. It looked like a toupee. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what my mom and her ex-husband. That's what they would call him. They would call him toupee because it looked like you just took his little hair off and just took it, put it off. But and then he had these little like his eyes was like a. It was like sky blue type, you know what I'm saying? And he just looked like a little doll. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like for real, when he was a baby, bro, he just looked like a little doll, bro. And now he 18 and about to graduate, and it's like, damn, time be flying, bro.
Yeah.
And you look back at these pictures, and you see these kids, and they growing up so fast. They about to have their own life.
Man. Yes, Sonny be on the road. I'm like, dang, like where where you at? Like you said in the earlier episodes of this, then when there's kids, you put the baby there, you missed the moment. They was right there, you put them down.
Man, like they didn't go nowhere. You knew he was gonna be right there. If you set him right there, you knew it. He was gonna be in that little rocker or the little chair, the high chair, the whatever he was in. Car seat, whatever.
Put a little cage in him. You got the little cage in the room. You know,
he's gonna be right there. You know what I'm saying?
Nowadays,
you gotta call 2-3 times and
check their
location. Man, all of the above, bro. It's just dude.
Yeah, man.
We getting old. I didn't drop the tear.
Hey, I'm telling you, hey, man, it's real. It's real.
It's real. These kids, man. I got three to graduate this year, and I got one of my own that graduates this year, but my niece graduate this year, and my nephew graduate this year. All born in the same year, 2008. My son was first, my brother, my niece was second, and then my sister, my nephew was third, and it goes exactly how we are.
Man.
We had a baby all in the same year.
That's crazy. Y'all here now.
And
graduation.
They all about to graduate.
It's your first one to graduate?
First one, bro.
Yeah.
First one to graduate.
I'm 3 for 3, you know, so.
Man, I mixed feelings, bro.
I'm made, man.
Like I'm happy about to graduate and, move on to the next chapter in his life. But scary.
What are you telling? I'm looking at my picture of my second daughter today, and that's my chocolate twin. She pregnant. I'm like, damn, man. My baby actually pregnant. She actually is an adult, 20 years old. My baby. So that's it's definitely real. And I appreciate all the moments with him. Like I'm always gonna be there. But daddy duties is definitely a transition, man. I don't think it's just talent, being, like we said, presence, but it's a whole nother, as you can see where we at right now, it's a whole nother phase. It's a whole nother phase to this real daddy duty, for real. So
it's tough, boy.
The man in the mirror. Man. This is what you get, hey, right here. You get us right here. Dang, man, ain't no cuts, ain't no edits. Man. This real life man in the mirror, and I know we both got the emotion of reminiscing. You know, that's why this episode is so important to us to show y'all. Now we ain't telling y'all to show y'all the real life. This ain't easy.
Nah,
to sit on this couch and talk about this ain't easy. To arrange this ain't easy. But guess what? The harder we do the tougher stuff, the easier it gets.
For real talk.
You know, the easier it gets. So these tough moments, these vulnerable moments, as we build and grow, we're going to grow together. You know, that's where we're going to be at. And we're going to reload for season 2. Going to come back even bigger and better.
Man.
More merch, more daddy duties, more structure, more lessons, you know, more memories that we create with our kids.
More lessons and more blessings.
You know, and just keep leveling up, man. So we continue to share because we love this, man. As you can see, we passionate about. Back to that word of passion.
That passion,
man. That passion, man. The word keep coming up today. Today we heard passion.
For this daddy duties, man. For fatherhood and man. Ever since I got beat in, you know what I'm saying.
They jumped us good. It was 10 of them. I'm telling you, I had the first 2, but then the other ones came in, got crazy. I was having the first, I was good.
Hey,
so then one of them just came and got me, you know.
From the side, you know what I'm saying? They came with a haymaker.
For real. But yeah.
Yeah, man, it's you know, just having these memories, that's what this is about.
Man.
That's what Daddy Duties is about. It's about having memories to talk about. And just reflect on how much you've grown.
This gonna be tough. This gonna be tougher right here because we're going to keep diving in.
As a man.
If your child becomes exactly who you are, would you be proud of them? And I mean, in every step. And that's why we here to be so in tune with our kids. I know when we are like 15, 16, 17, 18, I know his kids ain't doing what he is doing. And I ain't even know him back then. I damn sure know my kids ain't doing what I was doing. I'm just being real, just how the area was raised and what's going on, you know.
Like,
so
that's what this is about, bro. That's what this is about for sure. No, like, the man that I'm becoming, I wouldn't mind my son becoming the man that I'm becoming today. The man that I was, I would be afraid.
For real.
I would be afraid for my son to be the man that I was. And that's why, you know, I had to have that talk with the man in the mirror.
Man.
Because I didn't like who I was becoming. You know what I'm saying? For a long time. You know what I mean? I didn't like who I was becoming. I didn't like what I was doing. I didn't like the direction that my life was going in. And I really
got straight into the next one.
I really had to, you know, look at the man in the mirror, talk to the man in the mirror, and actually listen to what he was telling me.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of, you know, arguing and
the next moment. Read that for us. What does that say?
Man. Becoming a better man on purpose.
On purpose.
On purpose.
On purpose. The turnaround.
On purpose. One more time.
On purpose. For real.
On purpose, man. Like,
you know, it starts with honesty. It starts with therapy. You know, start with mentorship, journaling. You know, discipline. You want to be an artist, like me being a rap artist. That was a journal for me. You don't got to put your music out. You come and just have some fun. Listen to some beats and do whatever or anything just to get that.
You know, it's funny. It's funny you said that because just earlier this week, it was earlier this week before they got out for spring break. I told JD I was on the way to drop him off at school, and I'm like, you know, I'm gonna get you just a notepad, and I want you to just write in it. Just write how your day went.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing with Boston.
Just
like that. I like that.
Just write how your day went.
Cause they articulate. They good.
Don't think that somebody gonna read it. This is just yours.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna read this. This is just your journal, your notepad to write how you feel, what you feeling, what you thought about today, whatever.
I like that.
Whatever you feel like you want to write in this notepad, this is where you write it at.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just I feel like these kids today they don't really talk.
Yeah.
It's hard to get them to talk.
Yeah.
So just a way for him to express himself without worrying about if I'm gonna read it or if somebody's gonna see it or whatever the case may be.
Right.
That's something that's just his privately.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If he like, man, fuck that.
Right.
Nigga pissed me off today.
Yeah. Plenty of days.
I wish I could just punch him in his forehead. You know what I'm saying? Right. Anything. You know what I'm saying? Like,
get it off your chest.
Whatever it is. You feel me? If you feel like whatever you want to write, son, that's what you want to write. That's your notebook. You know what I'm saying? So,
I'm gonna do that with my boys too, man. You know, for real, all of them.
And I'm actually, going to give them all an assignment, and I want them to write down, what they think of me, what they think that I can change, what they would want from me to change.
That's tough.
And well, it was another thing I was gonna ask them to write down.
We're about to have some worksheets. I don't like to put it in programming. That's a worksheet that we're gonna put together and give to our kids, man. And we're gonna come back next episode, season 2, and just read some of them, the response that we with the kid, so y'all can see. We may think we doing a good job of being dad.
They may think something totally different.
For real.
So I really want to know, and I don't want them to think like I'm gonna be mad about it. Like I really just want to know some things that I can change, and it's not, on just my perspective of it. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, it's me raising them, but they're being raised.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
They in the room, they in the house too.
Exactly.
They in the game too.
They have feelings, they have emotions, they have all that stuff. So it's certain things that they may not like a certain way how I say something. You know what I'm saying? And it may be a way that I can say it a little different. All right, yeah, you're right. All right, I can adjust it and make it, a little bit easier for you.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be some things I might be like, nah, that's just how it is. Right. That's just what it is. But at the end of the day, at least I know how they feel.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just something that I've been thinking.
That's dope, man. We got workbooks, we got worksheets, man. Daddy duty is going
Daddy duty
crazy.
Worksheets.
It's going crazy.
You can get one too,
Yeah, and the
encouragement to your kids.
Yeah, the encouragement of daddy duties is for other dads to be the same way. This ain't no just us thing. If y'all want to start y'all daddy duties, go right ahead, because that's what we building better fathers, directly black fathers, because we have the say of black fathers not in the household, which is 50% true, whatever the case may be. But we want to change that narrative as we get older and the generations go further down. We heard good stories of the fathers weren't always out the household back in the day.
For sure.
You know what I mean? But situations change. So now we want to get to that point where we're acknowledging the problem, but we finding a solution. We don't want to just keep stuck in the problem of this, and that. No, we figuring it out. And like we said, if it becomes being your own boss, working for yourself, entrepreneur, building your kids up in your business, having a trade where you have more time with them, where they can see the lessons directly, that's what it's about. If it's go to college and show them you the first kid to go to college and you get it, make $100,000 out straight out, that's the way. So whatever the way is, teach your kid, put into them, and support them as much as possible. Build routines and keep promises. That's what daddy duties is about, man. So
sure.
In the last little part of this very deep episode, We ain't even shed a tear in none of these episodes, man. But this is dope. This is it. That Michael Jackson
finale. You know.
It's
the finale.
Just in
season 1.
Just a message of father, man. That's the last thing. Like, what would you encourage them? Every father, rebuilding relationships or becoming a father or trying to co-parent. What would you really tell them?
Fathers trying to rebuild relationships with their kids, man. I honestly, man, it's kind of hard with that. I'm one of those people who I don't hold grudges, so I'm not going to. If it was like one of those situations where my dad was trying to rebuild with me, and you know, I wouldn't have any issue with rebuilding. I sit and listen. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna judge your situation because I've experienced a lot now.
Would it be some of your values though now?
Oh yeah, see these. I'm like I said, I'm I'm gonna sit and listen. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna sit and listen to what he has to say, and I'm gonna sit and listen. To his explanation on what the situation was or why he wasn't this or whatever the case may be. But after I sit and listen, then he's gonna listen to me, and I'm gonna tell him how I am and what I got going on, and what my expectations are for him. You know what I'm saying? As in a grandfather, and to my children, and our relationship is now based off of, of course, you're going to. I would say hold yourself accountable when you're telling my children stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like if you promise my son something, come through with that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't do the same stuff that
don't
you
do that
ghosting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that was one thing that I made sure that when we did have that conversation, but I'm just saying that this was just hypothetical, but when we did have that conversation, it was something that we spoke about. But yeah, I don't hold no grudge towards my pops or nothing.
I'm glad you.
I would tell any other person to don't hold no grudge, just listen.
I'm glad you dove in. My bad.
You don't really know what they were going through.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't know what your pops was going through at the time when you were born. Even with the time being, it was back in the day, and if he had bread, if he was in a bad situation, whatever the case may have been, you don't know. So I don't, I would say don't judge, just listen to him, and then give him your feedback, and how y'all gonna move forward.
Yeah,
pretty much. Don't be one of those to hold a grudge, man.
That's some bitter stuff.
Yeah, that's more of a woman trait.
Yeah, I would like to get our fathers on here, and I'd like to get them, together, so they can hear both sides, just to be on the episode. Because for my dad, I want him to be, just be a present father now. Show up for your kids, your grandson's games. The kids see it. They see other people, grandpas and grandmas and aunties and uncles, come show up, man. That's what I'll be wanting. That's what I'll be kind of, like you say, rebuilding relationships. I want to rebuild, but I know the type of person he is, and I know if I go over there, cause I have to go to him. You see what I'm saying? Like, and say let's rebuild in this your structure way. That's frustrating to me. That's where I draw a raw wall up with that. So I want to get past. It ain't a grudge. I just be at a limit with it sometimes, bro, and it'd be really pissing me off that when we speaking on dads,
Man, I not to cut you off, but do you think that you somewhat like him?
Definitely not.
Like,
definitely not.
Like as in like how it somewhat pisses you off to where he's not changing his ways, and you kind of setting your ways. So now it's like I don't want to go over there. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah,
Well, you
yeah,
gotta come to me.
yeah.
You
That
know what I'm
now,
saying? Well, or we can meet
yeah,
in the middle. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
that's that. That in that type of manner. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? You got to look at it like, damn. Well, I am.
yeah.
That's
And I tried to be
that's my dad.
thoughtful. We both able to speak that we know our dad, and that's
Yeah.
unfortunate as a black culture that we got to be happy that we know our dad. But we're gonna take it. That's a plus. You know what I mean? Because some guys that don't know their dad, they be, that's real a whole nother fight.
For sure.
So us knowing our dad is one thing. Now us knowing the type of dad is a whole different thing. So that's why I know the type of dad, and I just want him to be a better person, which he's a good person at heart, what you want to do, but sometimes like being accountable and just doing changing your patterns, changing your routine, change some ways, just getting right with yourself, and that is equivalent to the other people around you wanting to be around you, loving you more, doing more, because I don't like getting calls of my dad and my brother arguing, which we know that goes along, but why am I getting the call? I'm not the dad. I'm not the mediator. Shit, you know what I mean? So, when I want to call you for things that I need in that intense moment, I can't.
Yeah.
So that's where I be frustrated at with it, bro. So I want to get over that point. Maybe bringing him on the show, him seeing some of this real action, will help him be more vulnerable to how I feel. But other than that, I don't think he really get it, So
I mean, it's just a sit down that y'all gotta have, man. Um, I feel like because I had a situation with my pops, and that was years ago, but we good now. I talk to my pops every day, almost at least. But I don't know, man. It's just that ego part, you know, on both sides.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? That you gotta, let that ego part go.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, when that time is up,
yeah.
and it ain't, it ain't.
I said I'm gonna go kidnap the nigga. That's what I'm gonna start
Yeah,
doing. I'm gonna pull up.
when it's a time where you can't do it,
Yeah.
you gonna wish you did it.
I'm gonna pull up on the block. Hey, let's go around the corner. I'm gonna kidnap him so he can see his whole UPT. Or we gonna end up in his grand. Of course, I got this going on. So yeah, welcome to this daddy duty. You ain't got nothing going on. This is what we doing today. So you can really enjoy it though, pops. I respect you for being the man you are. You have came through for all of us. All your kids. You got a big heart. And all your kids know that they just want the best for you, and you raised some good kids. So like my brothers and sisters, they actually good people. So that's a blessing, and we get along.
Yeah.
Most people don't get along with their brothers and sisters and stuff. So we all get along. We ain't had no disputes where I ain't messing with you. I ain't messing with you. No, we cool.
Oh yeah, me and my siblings, we never fell out to the point where it's been no, you know, we don't talk for years.
Yeah, that's tough.
Months, or I might not talk to somebody for a couple of days, maybe a week or something, but it ain't because we mad at each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's if we upset, we talk about that.
Yeah.
When that happens.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Me and my brother, we super close. Me and my sister, we super close. We ain't never had no issues. I ain't never had no issues with none of my siblings, man. So
That's dope.
I've been basically like the glue to my siblings since birth. You know what I'm saying? I'm the oldest one out of everybody, so I keep everybody together.
Yeah.
Man. I make sure we straight, even when we ain't straight.
Who you telling?
You know what I'm saying?
Shouts out to we real dads and real,
real.
Man.
Yeah.
Real leaders. My family know the same way. My nephew at my house right now, been there, been that glue, like you said.
Sure.
But it feels good to get to this point. And it's the blessings out of being just that glue. Because you never know what you attach yourself to. You just the glue.
Man.
And it's strong, but look what you use the glue for.
Yeah.
To put two good objects together and more objects together. You know, so being that glue is great. Having the right people to paste it together is even better, and to make a beautiful picture. And that's where we at right now with Daddy Duties, man. This is a beautiful picture. This is our counseling between us.
For sure.
You know, straight
Definitely.
up. You know, and then we
I
go
be
get
listening, man.
yeah. Then we go get our daily life with the kids.
Man, we got.
Then we go get our daily life with the work.
Man.
Then we get our daily life with our ladies. You know, then we back to whatever scheduled program.
Man, we gotta make sure we gotta start doing it again every week, man.
Yeah.
'Cause I ain't gonna lie, man. I be needing these conversations and talks and you know what I'm saying? These sit downs, man. You know what I'm saying? I be missing them when we ain't on a weekly, our weekly regimen, man.
You know, we got real, we got touchy on this one, but you miss your brother. You can be real, you can cry with your brother.
Hey, for real.
This where it's at, man. I know y'all in the pause era and all this stuff, but this is real air.
Yeah, man.
You know, the real and the pause, just some funny
80s
stuff.
Babies, man.
Yeah, so.
Real 80s babies.
Straight up, man. Different air.
Yeah, we ain't, don't get me wrong, I ain't gonna say no crazy shit, but
you know what I'm saying? They do be wilding out.
They be saying some wild stuff, but I ain't afraid to shed a tear. You know, with my brother about some real stuff.
Come on, man.
This is real stuff that we talking about. So
because manhood ain't an image, man. It's a responsibility. Being a man first. You know, God created us to be a man. After all our titles, it's called Daddy Duties. We got a plumber, we got a barber, we got all type of other titles that go along with it. But our number one title is being a man.
For sure. A man first.
A man first. So strip all the titles off of you. Be a better man, which is going to equivalent to be a better person. You could get better at other things. You could be a good husband, but be a terrible father. You know, different things that you've got to balance out. And that's what we want to keep helping, because I got a lot of lessons from a lot of people I use a lot of game from a lot of people, and I'm just balling them all up like some gumbo, putting my seasoning together.
For sure.
So I can be the best man. The man in the mirror.
That's how you're supposed to do it, man. 'Cause I don't believe it's one man on this earth who just everybody. You know what I mean? He just got everything together. You know what I'm saying? Like every man has a flaw.
That's it. You know, I like crazy questions. You know, this is ending with this. Then we go end this episode and go to our outro. But who's the man of all men? Since you said that, like you like, oh, that's a man, a fine man. You know what I mean? That's in the world. Anybody like, you know what I mean? Like it could be Joe Jackson. It could be. Serena, it could be King, Serena, you know what I mean? Who like you know what I mean? It could be just some fabric, like that, you know that dude. It could be LeBron, you know what I mean? Like just give us what that you just
the men of all.
Just out of respect though, not over just you dominant, you just over this, just out of. That was some cold stuff they did. Man. You know what I mean? They cold for raising their kids like that. They cold for being that type of man. They stuck to the script.
A man that I look up to, that I don't know personally, Deion though.
See? That's a good one.
Deion
there you
Sanders,
go. That's a great one.
I feel like he's one of them fellas, man, that,
Shouts out to Prime Time.
For sure.
I'm glad you even said Deion, because we know he had his extravagant life.
Oh, come on, man. That man was.
We know he had a good time.
He was Prime Time.
Prime Time. But guess what? He was present with them kids, as you could tell.
But I mean, he had his times where he was, he said it. He wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't there as a man. He wasn't, but he was vulnerable enough to put them times out there and show that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm normal just like you.
Yeah.
I fuck up too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I make mistakes. I do wrong.
Yeah.
But I'm man enough to say I was wrong.
Yeah.
And look my kids in the face and say, hey, I was wrong for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And let's fix that.
You can tell his kids love him.
Come on, man.
They just ain't you Deion, or you my daddy providing. I love you.
That's
I respect you. That's a good.
That's a father. You know what I'm saying? So that's a person that I look and see as a man. Like, damn, that's what's up, man. Because he's one of those that you could have been doing anything.
Yeah.
You could have did anything else than be around your kids.
Yeah.
You got the money to do anything in the world. Another.
Yeah.
My man right here.
Yeah.
Shout out to Champ. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Bud Crawford.
Muhammad Ali, a proud father. You can see it in his kids.
Layla.
You can see it in his kids,
But yeah, man, Bud, he's one of those from the hometown that, as a father.
Yeah. One of the greats.
You can't. My man's got a busy schedule. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't say I'm busy. You feel what I'm saying? And you a normal person. He's not normal. You feel what I'm saying? And he makes sure he's at his son's wrestling meet. You know what I'm saying?
Daughter track meets.
You feel me? Daughter track meets.
And one thing I respect about Bud is he's father figure to the community too. Like we talked about. I'm glad you drove into that because he be there for those kids. He don't got to go to the basketball games and do all that in his time. He there supporting the kids that he see them growing.
Yeah.
And so they can get some motivation. So shouts out to the Champ, man.
Shouts out, man. Shouts out, Champ.
Part of Daddy Duty started within there, that wrestling room, meeting around, meeting Cam, meeting Fat Box, meeting, I've been knowing Dion, but meeting some structures. Shouts out to Ready RP, putting it down for us on the north side, man, creating young men.
For sure.
Young bulls out there, man. Structure and discipline with that wrestling.
Right.
So that's a good take, bro. That was real good, man.
Yes. Definitely shout out to Kenny, man, R.I.P. A legend. You know what I'm saying?
R.I.P. Kenny.
He definitely made a lot of men.
Yeah.
That basketball. You know what I'm saying? Mitch, definitely. You know what I'm saying? But, recently passed.
Yeah.
R.I.P. to Kenny, for sure.
I never got to play. I never tried out. I didn't play the LA, but I heard lots of good stories about Kenny.
Oh, man.
Heard lots of crazy stories.
Yeah,
I heard them, but guess what? He was a man.
Yeah,
and all the people that was there seeing the pictures of his funeral, he left a legacy
for sure
to a lot of men handling their business. So that's what it's really about. Who are you really leaving legacies to? You don't necessarily got to be your kids, because you may not have kids, stuff like that. You may not see eye to eye growing up with your kids' situations. Like you say, trying to rebuild relationships, be a better man's accountability, being somebody can look up to, and hopefully your funeral be people that say, all right, I'm gonna miss you,
I'm gonna miss you.
I'm gonna miss you.
You left a stamp on my life.
Yeah, and I know, all right,
you changed my life.
There you go.
For real.
So that's about it, man. This episode of Daddy Duties has been Man in the Mirrors. It's been real.
Season 1.
Season 1 is down. We'll come back with Season 2. We're going to bring in some guests. So if this has touched you, moved you, share with us. If anything we need to touch up, improve, let us know. We're coming back with bigger
comment.
We're coming back with cameras. We got the double cameras. We're going to come back with, better audio. We're going to come back. We're just going to keep improving and keep it getting better. We want this Daddy Duties to become a successful podcast that we're teaching y'all and we able to profit off of, so we could keep putting resources back into our community.
For sure.
That's what it's about. So, anything, Jay?
Hey, man, you know me, man. I'm always talking about that mental health. I want y'all to make sure y'all keep that together. Whatever you got to do to keep it together. Work out, read, play your game, play a game of chess. Whatever it is that you got to do to get your mental health together, go talk to somebody. Do that. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you stay on top of your mental health and always stay on top of your daddy duties.
For sure, man. Keep that mental strong. Keep tapping to that spirit. Get that physical coming, because summer coming. And get them finances coming, because you got to take care of them kids, man. So with that being said, man, bro, it's been a real one.
Hey.
See you next season.
Yes, sir. For sure.
Right back at us. Peace.
Peace.